The moment I pull the necklace out from under the bed, a live comment suddenly flashes right in front of my eyes. If you don't want to die, drop that necklace right now. Anyone who looks at it gets their eyes gouged out, soaked in formaldehyde and turned into specimens. Anyone who touches it gets their hands chopped up and fed to the pigs. I yank my hand back in a flash. Then I turn around and walk into the kitchen for some water. Just as I reach for the cup in front of me, another comment appears before my eyes. That cup belongs to her husband. It's his and his alone. Whoever dares to touch it gets tossed into the sea tonight as a snack for the sharks. I raise my hand and reach toward the mug. Then I move past it and grab the cup behind it instead. The handful of comments in front of me suddenly explodes into a flood. The audience outside the screen stares in shock and blurts out, "Holy crap! I honestly thought this guy was done for. He doesn't look like a rookie at all. Could he be a pro pretending to be a newbie? No way. Since when do Smurfs look this handsome? Handsome, come Smurf me too." I keep my eyes lowered, sipping the water slowly, while my gaze stays locked on the comments floating in front of me. And at that very moment, the female boss walks down the stairs. She rummages through the room, searching for something. Then she calls everyone into the living room and lines us up in a row. Whoever finds my missing necklace first will win a grand prize tonight. Everyone starts searching cautiously, not daring to breathe too loudly, terrified of accidentally angering her and triggering some horrifying mechanism. Yesterday, one foolish man who didn't know his place stared at her with lustful eyes and had his eyeballs dug out by her right on the spot before the monsters dragged him away. Nobody knows if he's still alive. I keep my head down, dodging the female boss's gaze, while scanning the lively stream of comments in front of me. I know she'll kill every single one of them, but with that face, that body, I can't help but say, "Queen, end me. Please, if she actually killed you, you'd be crying about it in a heartbeat." The only way to survive tonight is to find this level's hidden stage. Only then can he make it through safely. Every session's hidden stage is randomized, and nobody knows how to trigger it. The hidden stage? I scan through the comments trying to find any useful hints, but other than, "Queen, love me one more time," and her legs, they're not legs, they're a work of art. There's nothing but useless nonsense. Not a single helpful clue. At that moment, a pair of long legs and high heels suddenly appears right in front of me. The female boss stares straight at us, but her voice carries an eerie kind of tenderness. That necklace was the very first birthday gift my husband ever gave me. If he finds out I lost it, he won't speak to me anymore. I don't want to hurt him. This is the first time we've ever heard her speak in such a gentle tone. The first person to find it will be the lucky one among you. I'll reward them generously. The grand prize winner gets to. At those words, everyone's breathing quickens. It seems everyone wants to be that lucky one. Gets to rest from now on, all the way until the game ends. Everyone's eyes widen, chests heaving with excitement. Isn't this just blatant cheating? No tasks, no challenges, just an instant win. Just then, I hear a blonde guy whisper in an excited voice, "Could this be the hidden stage?" A shiver runs down my spine. Is there someone else here who can see the comments? The blonde guy shoves me aside and steps forward. After knocking me to the ground, brimming with confidence, he walks up to the female boss and bows like a gentleman. The female boss watches the whole thing with amused interest, letting out a soft chuckle. "Oh? Mistress, I've heard of you for a long time. The undying love story between you and your beloved has always captivated me. It's my greatest honor to tidy your home today. I never imagined that I could become the lucky one you speak of. I'm not like these rookies. The moment I learned that you had lost such a precious love token from your husband, I searched carefully through every corner of this room, and finally I found the necklace that had fallen under the bed. Look, I've kept it perfectly safe, not a speck of dirt, and before returning it to you, I examined every inch of it carefully to make sure there wasn't a single scratch. I return it to you flawless, exactly as it was. So who gave you permission to touch it?" The female boss cuts him off and the comments explode with morning candles. Too clever for his own good. This blonde guy is toast. I heard he's ranked top 5 on the horror leaderboards. Just a few days ago he was bragging on his socials. Said he had studied this instance in advance. Said all rookies were trash. Said he'd be the first to clear it. Ha 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 ha. Show-offs get struck down. Come on, seriously? Does he really think telling a love story will win the female boss over? Please, she's a horror game boss. What does he think this is, a dating show? Disgusting. Absolutely filthy. I hate it when others touch my things. The female boss kicks the blonde guy to the floor, and her red high heel grinds mercilessly into his hand. "Don't touch my things with those filthy hands of yours. You know exactly how disgusting you are, don't you? But the grand prize I mentioned is still yours. You'll be tonight's dinner." The comments in front of me start scrolling like crazy. The clock strikes 9. The female boss walks down from the attic upstairs. She's soaking wet from head to toe. The skin on her hands from all the scrubbing and washing is red and swollen. She leads us to the dining table. "For tonight's midnight meal, I need a server. Any volunteers?" Oh, come on, if the servers' hands shake from fear and spills even a single drop of soup, they get thrown into the sea for the sharks. Somebody die already! I've got money on this bet. There's no way this rookie survives to the end. I watch the comments nervously, my mind racing at full speed. My right hand rests on my chin as I think. How am I going to make it through tonight safely, living inside this stranger's body, and stay alive? Because I don't belong in this world, where clearing instances lets you climb the social ladder. Just a few days ago, I was worried about not being able to pay rent, sleeping under a bridge. And now, I'm standing inside the steaming castle, I don't have to fight dogs for food. I can sink into a soft mattress at night. I'm honestly happy beyond words. I'm even starting to look forward to tomorrow. Suddenly an icy gaze locks onto me. You. Yes, you. You'll be tonight's server. You're closest to me. When I was little I was short, so I always got bullied. Whenever we lined up I'd get pushed to the very back. So at the shelter by the time it was my turn the food was either gone, or only scraps were left. Ever since I came to this world, at every meal, I've made sure to sit closest to the food. But who knew that this habit would land me the server job? This handsome guy is so chill, you better survive till the end. I'll be waiting for you. People online say, he's some pretty boy trained by a female pro. I didn't believe it before. Damn it, I just froze up. I couldn't react in time. If I told them I'm actually scared to death, would anyone believe me? 1 ladle per person. The soup my husband made is very precious. If you dare spill even a single drop, you know the consequences. Of course I know the consequences. Based on what the comments say, it's not hard to guess. If my hands shake and I spill the soup, what awaits me is icy seawater and a pack of hungry sharks. In this game instance world, dying means dying for real. I'm a broke rookie with no background, no money to buy a revival card. If I fail, what awaits me is real, actual death. Based on the past few hours of getting to know this body, it's obvious the original soul was as broke as I am. There's no way he had a revival card. I resign myself to fate and walk over to the food pot. The reddish-brown surface of the soup has chunks of meat floating faintly on top. Looking closer, I can even see the hairs on the meat weren't fully removed. As the boiling broth churns, strands of black hair drift in and out of view. Everyone sits in their seats trembling. I gather my courage, dip the ladle into the pot and start stirring. Suddenly, an ear with a chunk missing floats to the surface. The stench from the pot hits me right in the face. My stomach starts churning violently. Somebody help. Why do I have to see this while eating? Wait a minute, I don't remember this scene going like this. Has anyone else noticed? The later stages seem to have been changed. I heard it's to prevent cheating. I stare at the pot in front of me, a soup floating with all kinds of organs. The nausea rising from my stomach, I force it back down. In the past, just to get a hot meal, I worked odd jobs everywhere, slaughtering pigs, chickens, sheep, cattle. There's nothing I haven't done. Floating in the pot are pig and cow organs mixed together. The blonde guy from earlier is probably still alive in there. I lift the ladle and serve bowl after bowl. You couldn't tell I was nervous at all. Rock solid, this guy, he's insanely good. The comments flood the screen. Legend, damn, what a god-tier move. If I didn't know better, I'd start suspecting that he can actually see our comments. Handsome, there's a rumor going around that I'm in love with you. I need to clear something up. It's not a rumor. Stop being a lovesick fool, please. Do him a favor up there. If he actually survives to the end of the instance, he'd be the guy who cleared an S-rank instance, a true legend. Nobody's cleared an S-rank instance in a very long time. The prize pool has been stacking up for seasons. If he makes it out, he becomes a billionaire instantly. By then, you two will be worlds apart. Please wake up. Billionaire? Holy crap, I'm rich. Anyone need a refill? I don't just serve every bowl without a single mistake. I finish handing them all out perfectly. Now I even want to do more work. Otherwise this 100 million feels unearned. Once the soup is served, I hadn't eaten all day. Only sipped some water. I lift the bowl and start gulping it down. This is the flavor. Just like stinky tofu. Smells awful, tastes amazing. The soup actually tastes pretty good. A little cilantro and green onion would make it perfect. The others stare at me in horror, followed by a wave of gagging and vomiting. This guy, even though he finished the task the female boss gave him, there's only 10 minutes left, until today ends. Before that, if no one finds the hidden stage, everyone dies. Only 10 minutes left. I glance around the room, hoping to find some useful clue to survive. I don't want to die yet. Just as I'm scanning my surroundings, this is the nourishing soup my husband worked so hard to prepare for you, and you actually vomited it out. Are you looking to die? I'm very angry right now. The consequences will be severe. Unless one of you can earn my darling's forgiveness, otherwise you can join whatever is floating in that soup. She lifts her gaze toward the forbidden mysterious room upstairs. Her eyes are filled with deep affection. The dining hall erupts in panic. Everyone is like ants on a hot pan, glancing anxiously toward the upper floor. Everyone is desperately hoping that the female boss's husband will come down from upstairs. A tall, muscular man, packed with lean muscle, suddenly stands up and charges toward the stairs. Several monsters appear out of nowhere, surround him instantly, and tear his body apart bite by bite. All that remains is a pool of blood, the only proof he ever existed. Everyone who witnessed the scene is frozen in terror. Some faint on the spot, others scream in horror. What do I do? I can't die. I have elderly parents and young kids. My dad is still waiting for me in the hospital. Everyone understands. If there's no solution, what awaits them is death. Is it over? In the end, no one found the hidden stage. Such a pity. I was quite fond of this handsome one's looks. If they hadn't chosen the hardest S-rank instance, I really would have wanted to keep him for myself. The curve of the female boss's smile grows wider, her eyes gleaming with bloodlust. She holds a dinner knife in her hand, dragging it across the table with slow, deliberate strokes. The piercing sound echoes through the hall, making the already terrifying atmosphere even more suffocating. I sit at the corner of the table, glancing toward the upstairs, when an idea flashes through my mind. Honey, the sharks in the sea will always find foolish little fish to eat. Today's soup was my fault. If you feed them to the sharks, there will be no one left to taste our food. You know, I need to keep you safe. Darling, didn't we agree you wouldn't cook anymore? You've worked so hard. Don't ever cook for these cowards again. Your cooking is for me alone, they don't deserve it. From now on, let's just eat together, okay? Seeing that my plan is working, I let out a huge breath of relief. The comments freeze for a few seconds, then explode. Holy crap, that move is legendary. I've finally survived the first day, filled with traps at every turn. I drag myself back to my room, drained, hoping to rest. The moment I open the door, a group of people are already waiting inside, glaring at me. A scarred brute with a jagged scar over his brow and rough stubble lunges at me and slams his fist into my stomach. The taste of blood rises from deep in my throat. You dare cheat in front of me? You're a first-time rookie in this instance, and you managed to crack an S-rank instance no one has ever cleared? Nobody's buying it. Hand over the rest of the answers, or you won't live to see tomorrow's sun. The others behind him glare at me viciously, and then a storm of fists and kicks rains down on me. They're smart enough to avoid my face. Am I really going to die? I guess I really won't make it through today after all. No wonder you weren't around when we were working, and when we were searching for the necklace you weren't looking carefully at all. You were just standing there in a daze. When the blonde guy found it, you were standing right in front of him. Did you set him up to get killed? They stare at me like predators, as if death is the only thing waiting if I don't speak. No, you have to hand over the answers. You can't keep them all to yourself. Yeah, hand them over. Make him give them up. I push myself up from the floor, slowly wiping the blood from the corner of my lips, my eyes dark and unreadable. You want to know the answers? Fine, I'll tell you. No way. Did he actually cheat? Poor guy, his lip is bleeding, but somehow he looks even more handsome like this. But there are too many watching. For safety, I'll tell only you first. Come closer. The scarred brute leans in at my words. Huh? What? What did you just say? I didn't catch that. Say it again. I said it clearly. How could you not have heard? I said I didn't hear it. You better behave, punk. I let myself fall against the corner of the window and collapse to the ground, pretending to pass out. The man tries to keep going, but the others behind him hold him back. Hey, are you trying to silence him for good and take all the answers for yourself? Wait, are you planning to beat him to death so that no one else knows the answers and you can pocket the prize money alone? Seeing my plan succeed, a faint smile tugs at the corner of my lips. Just then, an eerie bell rings out. A broadcast echoes through the room. Night has fallen. Congratulations, survivors, for making it through the first day. Please return to your beds, close your eyes, and prepare for a new day. Good night, lucky ones. The announcement hits like a death sentence. Everyone shivers, then scrambles back to their beds. I climb into bed fully dressed and close my eyes. Based on my horror game experience, once the midnight bell strikes 12, you must immediately find the nearest bed, lie down and close your eyes. Never make a sound and never open your eyes, or the wraiths will appear right in front of you. Here they come, here they come. The wraiths are starting to hunt. Little bunny, be good, open the door. Let me see who's not sleeping, who has their little eyes open. I'm coming to check. An eerie laugh seeps through the crack of the door. Let me see where you're all hiding. Whose little eyes are staring at the teacher? Everyone huddles under their blankets, trembling. And the moment the bell struck, I had already dived into the nearest bed. The worst part is that scarred brute is here too. We shove each other back and forth and both end up falling off the bed. He quickly hides inside the nearby closet, leaving me with nowhere to hide. I look up, and my eyes meet the female wraiths. She switches into frenzy mode and sprints toward me. My body freezes in place, but my mind races at lightning speed. My love, where did you go? Without you by my side, I can't sleep at all. Just then, the female boss appears in the room. The moment the wraith hears her voice, it freezes stiff. She walks toward me at a slow, steady pace. I'm still shaken, and the air falls into complete silence. But the comments explode with excitement in an instant. The audience sighs in relief at the sight. Thank God the female boss showed up, otherwise those two would be dead for sure. You think just because she showed up he's safe? Didn't you just confirm earlier that he's her husband? I've studied the lore. Since day one of this instance until now, I've never once seen the female boss's husband. Based on my experience testing this many horror games, he just got lucky. A newbie who happened to guess the hidden stage right. I don't think he'll survive the night. Cold sweat pours down my back as I read that comment. What do I do? Dead if I do, dead if I don't. Might as well go down fighting these wraiths. Darling, why are you here? You're not a servant pretending to be my husband, are you? Luna's icy voice crawls into my ears. Otherwise, why aren't you sleeping in my room? Why would you come to this filthy servant's room? Aren't you as much of a clean freak as I am who hates being touched by others? A few survivors bury their heads under the blankets, pretending to be asleep, but I clearly hear someone snickering with malice in the dark. Everyone is waiting for me to die. I sit up in one smooth motion, gently reaching my hand to Luna's face. Then with the other hand, I take her hand and pin her against the wall. Darling, every night we play our little bedtime game. Every ounce of acting I learned back at the orphanage goes into this moment. Darling, tonight is hide and seek. Did you forget? But you were 10 seconds late today. Without warning, I push her down onto the bed. 10 seconds late means 10 punishments. Luna's face flushes red from the playful strikes. But in the terrifying silence, every second feels like a year. The next moment, now that your punishment is done, let's go, back to our room. I flash a calm, easy smile, then silently point toward the scarred brute I had argued with earlier. The wraith follows my finger, and a blood-curdling scream tears through the air. The comments explode across the screen. Game? What bedtime game? I need to buy a premium subscription. Stop it, you'll get me banned. I still want to keep watching. Say no to Vice starts with all of us. Okay, stop messing around. I remember the game developers originally designed this female boss as a cold, aloof queen on the outside, with a bloodthirsty, ruthless heart, the final boss. This doesn't look anything like that. Who cares? An ice queen on the outside, soft and sweet inside, paired with a pitiful-looking boy who can pin you down anytime. I'm shipping this so hard. I stare at the comments in front of me, my lips twitching. Pitiful on the outside, wolf on the inside, please, I really am pitiful. If I don't learn to protect myself, who else would step up to protect me? Ever since my parents died in a car accident, the court placed me with my uncle and aunt. Until I turned 18, they were supposed to look after me. I knew I was a burden in that household. So from a very young age, I learned to read people's faces. I learned how to please others. I understood the ways of the world. What I never expected was that this skill I hated would save me in this strange world, again and again. I follow behind Luna, quietly studying her, unable to figure out what she's thinking. Why didn't she expose me back there? When I meet her husband, what should I say? Could it be that because I impersonated her husband, she wants to take me upstairs alone to torture me? I've even planned it out. Once I go inside, how I'll use my silver tongue to appeal to her emotions and reason, to convince Luna and her husband to let me live. Lost in my wild thoughts, the mysterious room's door swings open. I was about to drop to my knees and apologize, but Luna suddenly throws herself into my arms. What is happening? Darling, I recognized you the moment I saw you. Thank goodness, I finally found you. What comes into view is a room arranged exactly the way I remember. A picture frame sits on the nightstand. Inside is a photo of 3 people, a family, smiling brightly. It's the only photo I have with my parents. My eyes redden at the corners. Then I start scanning every corner of the room. There's no one else here, no sign of the husband Luna spoke of. Strange. Where is her husband? Just then, Luna's slender fingers trace across my cheek, inch by inch. Her gaze is so tender it could drown me. I freeze in place, and before I can react, her lips are already on mine. Yes, I'm so happy. They kissed, my ship is real, haha. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, is he actually the female boss's long-lost husband? There's only one truth, this rookie isn't a player at all. He's an NPC from inside the game world. Just as Luna is about to push me onto the bed, I brace myself and flip the situation around. I pin her beneath me instead. I lower my head, and just as I'm about to do something, a soft, steady breathing sound comes from below. Luna has fallen asleep. The corners of her mouth curve up slightly as if she's having a beautiful dream. I shake my head and start to move off her when a faint murmur reaches my ear. Stellan, just you wait. I will find you. Wait, Stellan? That's my name. How does she know my name from the real world? Am I really this female boss's husband? Ever since I came into this world, fragments of memory would surface every so often. I only know my name is Stellan. Everything else is a blur. I don't know what triggers it, but something makes me recall a piece of the past. Who am I really? Why am I here? Exhaustion and confusion crawl across my eyes. I lie down beside Luna and drift into a hazy sleep. When I open my eyes again, it's already broad daylight. I sit up, and the blanket slides off, revealing my almost bare body. I stare at the only piece of clothing left on me, my mind completely blank, until out of the corner of my eye, I catch dense streams of comments flying past at speeds my eyes can barely follow. Licking the screen, fill half the screen, followed by strings of thirsty emojis. I quickly turn my back, get up, and throw on my clothes. No, I wasn't done looking. There's nothing I'm not allowed to see. I'm a premium member. I waited all night and nothing happened. That's it? I'm just as confused by this turn of events. What's going on? Wasn't this supposed to be a horror instance? Why is the plot unfolding with a slightly strange twist? I scratch my head, pushing down the confusion inside, and get ready to head out and take a look. Just as I stand up, the necklace drops to the floor with a soft clink. A photo of Luna and me appears right in front of me. I pick up the photo in shock as strange images flash through my mind. I raise my hand and tap my aching head. Accidentally, I knock the painting on the wall down. It crashes to the floor. Suddenly, a strange sound comes from the bookshelf. The bookshelf slides open to both sides. I step into the secret room. Photos of me hang everywhere. Videos play on the walls. I stare at everything in complete shock. Memories I never wanted to remember begin to surface in my mind. At 16, after my parents died, my uncle and my aunt took the insurance money left by my parents and then threw me out onto the streets, wandering with nowhere to go. At 17, I was sent to an orphanage where the director abused me, trying so hard to act sweet in front of potential adopters, hoping someone would save me. At 19, I finally dug a tunnel in the backyard trying to escape, only to get caught. These scenes play out before my eyes one by one. I stare blankly at what's in front of me, at everything I once lived through, until the image shows the faces of my mom and dad, faces that had faded from memory. Tears spill down before I can stop them. I collapse in front of the photo and cry out loud, releasing every ounce of grief and pain from all these years. They still smile as gently as I remember. Suddenly the image shifts. A face appears before me, strange yet familiar. A young girl's delicate features, not cold like she is now, her eyes still bright with youthful innocence. It's her. It's Luna. Before I have time to think, a flood of comments interrupts my thoughts. Oh no, this guy is so pitiful. I didn't expect the female boss to be so cute as a kid. It takes me a long time to recover, to calm my emotions. Then I decide to step outside and look around. Just as I'm about to leave, I see my favorite dish sitting at the door, red braised pork. When Mom was still alive, she often made this dish for me. It's the flavor I miss the most. When I was starving on the streets, nearly dying, I grab the chopsticks and start eating eagerly. The moment the juice bursts in my mouth, I remember Mom's warm embrace, Dad's strong hands, and his hearty laughter. Big tears roll down my face. I devour the bowl of red braised pork in front of me. But the comments are already screaming. Could this guy be one of those legendary whale players? Other survivors got chased by dozens of wraiths just going to buy groceries and barely escaped with their lives. And he's just sitting here, casually eating red braised pork? How is he this relaxed inside the game world? Don't you guys know? They say this female boss is bloodthirsty and violent. Her favorite thing to do is to cage her prey first and slowly toy with them to death. The words in the comments snap me awake instantly. Yes, this is a horror game instance. Because of that bowl of red braised pork, I almost let myself believe that I could live here forever. A dangerous thought. No, I can't keep going like this. I open the door and step out. Just as I reach the top of the stairs, I see countless wraiths pouring into Luna's home. A survivor running for their life screams and immediately rushes toward me. Seeing that he's just a kid, I grab his hand and take off running with him. I pull him into a corner, quickly cover his mouth, and gesture for him to stay silent, because the slightest sound would give us away. Once the wraiths passes us by, the boy lets out a long breath of relief. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Ethan, you saved me. From now on, we're friends. Friends? I feel like I had one friend once. Hello, I'm Stellan, nice to meet you. At that moment, my pupils shrink. Behind Ethan, a wraith is staring at us with its massive bloody mouth wide open, drooling. I react fast, grab Ethan's hand, and turn to run. Run! There's a wraith! But the boy hadn't eaten all day, and had no strength left to run. He breaks free from my grip and stands there, gasping for air. I can't run anymore, just leave me, you go on ahead. But no matter how cold-hearted I try to be, I can't leave a kid behind, especially not a friend I just made. Come on, I'll carry you, we're friends, right? Ethan seems shocked that anyone in this horror game world would risk their life to save him. As he hesitates, I notice the wraith is about to catch up. I say urgently, hurry, there's no time, hurry. Ethan takes a step toward me. The wraith gets closer and closer. Suddenly, a cruel look flashes across his face, and to my utter shock, he shoves me backward. Since we're friends, giving up your life for a friend isn't too much to ask, right? After shoving me down, he turns and walks away without looking back. I lie on the ground, unable to believe it. Suddenly, I realize how ridiculous I was just now. Stellan, how could you still trust human nature? Haven't the lessons of the past been enough? Uncle and Aunt taking the money, and the cold look on their faces as they abandoned you. The orphanage director's cruel face hidden behind a kind mask. The disgusted stares of strangers when you begged on the streets. Did you forget all of that? The wraith opens its jaws wide, about to swallow me whole. But the next second, the wraiths drop to their knees in front of me. I stare at the scene in disbelief. Master, please spare us. I was moving too fast to see clearly. I didn't recognize you as the one. Our boss has finally found again, her beloved. Just as I'm about to say something, a figure appears in front of me. Its eyes suddenly widen, before Luna tears it in half with her bare hands, like she's slicing a watermelon. Black fluid splashes across the wall behind me. Several wraiths around us cover their heads and flee in terror. Luna calmly pulls out a silk handkerchief and wipes the blood from her hands. Remember, horror game rule number 1. Never trust anyone. Horror game rule number 2. Wraiths. For every survivor they devour, they stop hunting for 5 minutes. Suddenly there's a commotion behind me. I turn around and see Ethan being chased by several wraiths, running toward me in sheer terror. Please, save me. I was wrong before. Stellan, we're friends, right? Save me. I don't want to die. Save me, please, please. I stand still, unmoving, just watching him. Sure, I'll help you. He reaches out to me, overjoyed. The next moment, I raise my hand and shove him hard in the chest. The smile freezes on his face. In an instant, the wraiths devour him. I'll help you meet the Reaper a little sooner. Luna looks at me in surprise. I pull my hand back. My eyes turn cold and sharp. Horror game rule number 3. There are no friends here. Only enemies. That scared me. That really scared me. I almost thought this rookie was an epic-level idiot who could get tricked twice in a row. What is the female boss doing? This is straight-up cheating. As long as the villain is hot enough, morals go out the window. You upstairs, stop yelling nonsense. Our queen is beautiful and kind-hearted. You don't know a thing. Did you all not see her rip a durian open with his bare hands? Come on, again? Why did the screen go black again? What's going on? Are you kidding me? Refund. A strange feeling stirs inside me. It's like the final boss has known me for a very long time. The next moment she speaks. Long time no see, Stellan. My eyes widen in disbelief. I'm Luna. Under the flickering light, I study her face carefully. Her face draws closer and closer to mine. The air fills with a charged, intimate tension. Wait. The tear mole. Until her face aligns with the little girl in my memory, I almost instinctively rest my hand on her shoulder, my voice trembling slightly. Thank God you're alive. Back then, I was still at the orphanage. One day, a small, frail little girl suddenly arrived. That very afternoon, I saw several other kids surround her in a circle, trying to snatch the food out of her hands. Give it up, or we'll beat you to death. Through a crack in the wall, I saw a pair of eyes I would never forget, eyes desperate to survive. She clutched the bun in her hands and refused to let go. It was the only hope of survival for a girl who hadn't eaten in 3 days. So I shouted at the top of my lungs, "The director is coming!" The kids who had just been bullying her scattered in a flash. I ran up to her, but she thought I was there to steal her bun too, so she shoved it into her mouth all at once, and immediately choked. Watching her face turn blue, I quickly turned and grabbed the water I had hidden in my room. Little by little I fed it to her. She coughed a few times, and finally recovered. I let out a breath of relief. "Don't expect me to thank you. It's okay, as long as you're alright. Here, looking at you, you must have been starving for a long time. Eat, don't hold back, from now on we're friends." She stared at me with wary eyes. Seeing that I didn't react, she quickly stuffed the bun into her mouth, swallowing bite after bite. "Eat slowly, no one's going to take it from you." I asked her what her name was. She lowered her head, staring at the floor, saying nothing. I understood at once. She was just as pitiful as I was. "My name is Stellan. Mom used to say the stars in the sky may seem small, but they still shine with their own light, lighting the way for others. If all the stars are gathered together, they can light up the entire night sky. If there are stars, how can there be no moon? From now on, your name will be Luna. The stars will always stay by the moon's side, so the moon is never alone." She stared at me blankly, not saying a word. But over the next few days, every time I turned around, I would see a little shadow, following me a few steps behind. That day, the orphanage director dragged me into that dark little room again, and abused me. Battered and bruised, I walked out of the director's office. Luna saw the state I was in and rushed over to help me stand. But she was too small, and she tripped. We both fell hard onto the floor. In that moment, I couldn't hold back my tears. "Luna, living is so exhausting. During the day, I try to do what my mom told me to. I force myself to smile brightly, to shine my light on others. But I'm so tired. Only at night, when I'm alone, do I dare to cry. I don't dare make a sound, afraid of disturbing others. I miss my mom and dad so much. Do you think if I died, the pain would stop? Do you think I could see my mom and dad again?" Luna lowered her head, silent. Then suddenly she stood up, ready to charge toward the director's office. "Was it that old bastard who hurt you? Wait here, I'll go kill him." That was the first time I saw on her face that kind of cruel, bloodthirsty expression. I stopped Luna in her rage and held her tightly, refusing to let her go. On that very day, I understood for the first time what it means to have only each other, and what it means to form a bond. It turned out that in this world there was still someone who cared about me, someone willing to fight for me. Tears fell down my face once again. But this time, not from pain, but from feeling happiness and warmth. I knew from that moment on, I was no longer alone. I had a new family. After that day, Luna and I were inseparable at the orphanage. Luna was the person in this world who understood me best. She knew my favorite dish was the red braised pork my mom used to make. We would fight the bad kids together, and think of ways to escape. We comforted each other and leaned on each other. On her birthday, I made her a necklace with my own hands. Inside was a photo of the two of us, two bright smiling faces. Those days were happy, but the orphanage was still full of cruel people. So we decided to find a way out of that cage. That night, while everyone was asleep, Luna and I dug a tunnel in the backyard of the orphanage and slipped out in complete silence. But just as we were filled with joy, dreaming of the new life ahead, a group of human traffickers spotted us and snatched us away. Luna and I were separated, sold off to different places. Ever since that day, we never saw each other again. Every time I thought about that night, I hated my weakness, my helplessness, hated that I could only watch Luna being taken away and do nothing at all. All these years, I never stopped searching for her. I always believed she was still alive. I just never imagined that we would meet again like this, in a place like this. Ah, the feed is finally back. How is this possible? The conquest progress bar above the female boss's head shows 80% already conquered. When did this rookie start conquering the boss? How did he even pull it off? Through the flood of comments, I look at Luna. The frail little girl from back then has grown into a woman with porcelain skin, a stunning figure, and mature grace. She is now the female boss whose name sends chills through every player, and I'm just a rookie who stumbled into her world. But why is Luna here? And why has she become an NPC in this game? What has she been through all these years? Questions rise like a tide inside me, pressing down until I can barely breathe. Before I have time to think it through, Luna grabs my hand and pulls me upstairs into that mysterious room. She shoves me onto the bed. I brace my hands against the mattress, slowly inching backward. "Luna, what are you doing?" She climbs on top of me. "What are you running from? Aren't we family? Shouldn't family sleep in the same bed?" My face flushes bright red. Is this right? Do family members stay this close even after growing up? I quickly turn my head away and stammer. I've always seen you as a little sister. We can't do this." Luna forcefully turns my face back and kisses me. "Big brother, are you the kind of big brother who can do very grown-up things?" No, that's not what I meant. Your mouth says you don't want to, but your body is being pretty honest, big brother. The comments above me croak like frogs in a pond. Whoa. I'm shipping this to death. What kind of childhood friends to lovers plot is this? I can't take it. I'm about to faint. I'm shipping this so hard. I want a little sister like that too. Where can I get one? This is way more thrilling than the novels I read. Stellan, do I really have to make the first move for this? But with so many people watching, I feel a little uncomfortable. Don't look at it. Look at me. Let's continue. Oh no, don't. Give us a chance, please. I literally took the day off work. And now the screen's black. There goes my 200 bucks. Can this rookie even handle it? She's the ultimate final boss who can rip Wraiths apart with her bare hands. Her stamina is off the charts. Want to know if he can handle her? Easy. Just wait and see how long it takes for the screen to come back on. This is why we've been staring at a black screen all night. Wait, the feed is back. Stellan, do you love me? Bro, snap out of it. The one in front of you is an epic difficulty super boss. No matter how good last night was, do not tell her you love her. According to our research, the moment the progress bar above the female boss's head hits 100%, you'll be trapped in the game world forever, with no way out. Trapped forever? That sounds perfect. I love you, Luna. The stars will always stay by the moon's side. From that day on, inside this horror game instance, Luna and I began a shameless, blissful life together, while others trembled in fear. Running from the Wraiths, Luna and I ate together, slept together, and shut off the comments. Just like a couple deep in the honeymoon phase. Couples who flaunt love die fast. Don't get too cocky. I'm going on a blind date tomorrow. First off, I didn't do anything to you. Second, aren't I here watching a horror game stream? Why am I being tortured by their love? Did this friend forget that walking out of the game alive means winning $100 million? That's $100 million. With that kind of money, what woman couldn't you have? What an idiot. I ignore the envious remarks in the comments. What do they know? In this world, with a final boss by my side, do I really need to worry about $100 million? Day after day passes, until only one day remains before the game ends. There's only one living player left in the game. Is he really going to stay in the game world forever? Bro, listen to me. Come out first and grab the money. If you really don't want it, you can give it to me. If I had to choose between my love and $100 million, I'd choose staying with my love forever too. Love brain is terrifying. Sisters, trust me. Only money will never betray you. Actually, I want to point out, the progress bar above the female boss's head hasn't hit 100% yet, has it? If I'm remembering right, it's at 99%. I've actually asked Luna why the progress bar above her head just won't tick over to 100%. She just shook her head and didn't answer. A quiet unease stirs in my chest. I carry the food from the kitchen back to our private room. Along the way, the Wraiths who were slaughtering everyone in sight bow respectfully the moment they see me. One of them even opens the door for me, sharp and courteous. I nod at it with a smile and step inside. Luna hasn't gotten out of bed yet. Darling, let me sleep just a little longer. Just a little. The room is completely quiet. Luna's eyes suddenly snap open. There's frost in her gaze that won't melt. I actually forgot about you, you filthy thing. Come out. I stand frozen in the doorway, my eyes wide. The blonde guy steps out from behind me, pressing a pistol against my waist, a sinister smile on his face. Lucky I dropped a fortune on the black market for a revival card. I've been hiding all this time, just for today. Ha ha ha. Take your filthy hands off him. Even if I don't, what are you gonna do about it? Hey, if I'm not mistaken, according to the game rules, you can't lay a hand on survivors, right? I've been watching you for days. Aside from tearing Wraiths apart with your bare hands, you've never once touched a survivor. Ha 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 ha. And don't you think it's a little too quiet in here? Where did all your Wraiths disappear off to? Ha 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 ha. You. On the black market, besides an item card, I also bought a defense card. It can keep Wraiths out of a 20 cubic meter space for a full 10 minutes. In that time, I can do a lot of things, like for example, killing the person you care about most, and taking that $100 million all for myself. A gunshot rings out. My pupils blow wide as I collapse to the floor. Blood slowly pools out from under me. No, no, no. The ship I've been rooting for just got shot. Can I buy them a revival card to bring the rookie back to life? Actually, there might still be a way to bring him back. What way? Spill it, quick. According to the game files, when the boss's conquest progress hits 100%, she can choose to keep the player she's bonded with trapped in the game world forever. Or, she can activate life sacrifice mode, sacrificing her own life for the player she's bonded with, and taking one player out of the game with her. But if she does that, the game will end in 5 seconds. No, 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 no. Then my ship still dies? No, Luna, don't. Player NPC bond value has broken through the critical threshold. Hidden storyline triggered. Option 1. Keep Stellan in the game world forever. Option 2. Sacrifice her life for Stellan, and choose one player to take with her. I choose 2. I'm taking him with me. Boss initiating sacrifice mode. Target selected player 64. Game ends in 5 seconds. No, Luna, don't do this. Stellan, I'm sorry. I can't watch you die in front of me again, and be powerless to save you. I know you have so many questions, but I don't have much time. Just listen to me first. Stellan, the stars shine with their own light, but the moon doesn't. Even without the moon, the stars can still light up the night sky. Thank you for coming into my life. If you hadn't appeared on that rooftop, I might have already lost the strength to keep going, and there wouldn't have been all those beautiful years that followed. Rooftop? What rooftop? Luna, what are you talking about? Stellan, thank you for giving me a name and giving me a home. Stellan, in the next life, I still want to be your moon. Luna, please, no! Game over. S-rank horror game instance. Surviving players 1. Congratulations, player. System releasing $100 million reward. I slowly open my eyes. Everything around me is white. White ceiling, white walls, white sheets and blankets. Not far away, a gaming headset sits on a table. Mr. Stellan, this is your 3,761st attempt. You failed again. What do you mean? What did I fail? Luna, where is Luna? Sir, please don't panic. You've been lying in bed for a long time, so your body is still a bit stiff. It will pass in a moment. Your wife is currently in the ICU. Please don't worry, everything is normal. Who's my wife? Is it Luna? When did Luna and I get married? She's in the ICU, and that's called normal? Sir, while your body is readjusting, you can watch this first. Once you watch it, you'll understand. I know you're anxious right now and very confused, but please, don't rush. Listen carefully to what I have to say. I am Stellan. What I'm about to tell you is the entire story of you and Luna. It turned out that in the real world, Luna was my wife. This horror game was adapted from a horror mystery novel Luna had written into a full game. Back when Luna and I were taken by the human traffickers, after we were separated, I wandered the streets begging. When I was 15, I escaped from the traffickers and made it to the police station, and the whole ring was brought down in one strike. I asked the police for any news about Luna. They told me many of the children taken by that ring had been killed. The Luna I was searching for was most likely gone. I walked through the streets, my heart in ashes. Watching the crowds rushing past, I crouched on the ground and cried out loud. The family I had finally found had been taken from me all over again. My vision went black and I collapsed. Passers-by stepped around me, giving me a wide berth. When I opened my eyes again, the sky was heavy with dark clouds. A soft drizzle began to fall. Then the rain grew heavier, and the despair in my heart deepened. So I made my way to a rooftop, ready to end it all. Just as I was about to jump, a hand pulled me back. I turned around, and there she was, the Luna I thought I'd never see again. She told me, after being taken by the traffickers all those years ago, she had done everything she could to search for me. Recently, she had seen a news story about a human trafficking ring in the capital. With one last shred of hope, she came to the capital. But no matter how many corners of the city she searched, she couldn't find a trace of me. Heartbroken and defeated, she had no strength left to keep going. She thought of finding some rooftop to end her pain. Never in her wildest dreams did she expect to see me climbing up onto the same rooftop, and she rushed to stop me. I held Luna tight and cried out loud. I poured out everything I had been through all those years. Having found each other again, we let go of ending it all and turned to leave the rooftop. But a sudden gust of wind swept through the sky, and a bolt of lightning struck down, hitting me square on the head. I fell from the rooftop. To save me, Luna jumped after me. Thankfully, the police arrived just in time, with safety measures in place, and I, the boy who had been struck by lightning, miraculously survived. From that day on, good fortune began to bloom. We passed by a small diner and saw a hiring sign. The owner took pity on us and let us stay on as workers. I learned to cook in the kitchen, while she waited tables out front. We were finally done wandering, with a place to call our own. Life slowly began to turn around. The year I turned 18, I happened to learn from a lawyer that as my legal guardians, my uncle and aunt had no right to spend the insurance money my parents had left me. Once I turned 18, I had the right to demand it back. Armed with the lawyer's complaint, I took my uncle and aunt straight to court. The insurance money that belonged to my parents finally came back into my hands. I quietly left a sum of money for the diner owner, and together with Luna, using the skills we had learned over those 3 years, we opened our own diner in the city center. We named it Star and Moon Bistro. We also bought a house. In this cold, unforgiving city, we finally had a home of our own. My mom had once been a famous chef. Using the flavors of her cooking that lived in my memory, I created my own version of red braised pork, which earned rave reviews from customers. Even TV stations came racing to cover it. Business at the bistro grew day by day. To mark the day we were reborn, on the anniversary of the day we fell from the rooftop, we went to the civil affairs office and registered our marriage. In the days that followed, I ran the restaurant, while Luna threw herself into her studies. Through sheer hard work, she finally earned a university acceptance letter. Luna chose to study writing. She told me when her parents were still alive, they had loved telling her bedtime stories most of all. The first novel she wrote after that took the internet by storm. A game company even reached out to us, wanting to use Luna's novel as the foundation to develop a brand new game. Everything was moving forward, smoothly and beautifully. But the good times didn't last. Disaster came anyway. A gang of robbers set their sights on us. On a dark, windy night, several masked thugs kidnapped Luna and demanded $100 million in exchange for her life. I gathered every penny that Luna and I had saved together over the years, but it was nowhere near enough. With no other choice, I borrowed heavily from loan sharks and finally scraped together the $100 million. I bought Luna back from the kidnappers. Just as Luna and I held each other tight, crying tears of joy, I saw one of the kidnappers raise his gun and pull the trigger, aimed straight at us. No! I shielded Luna behind me. Stellan, you can't die. You can't leave me alone. I raised my hand to wipe the tears from her eyes, but the more I wiped, the more they fell. I'm sorry. Looks like the stars can't stay by the moon's side anymore. Even without me, you have to keep living, promise me. Freeze! Just then the police rushed onto the scene. You're gonna be okay, I won't let anything happen to you. After 72 hours of emergency care, I was lucky enough not to die, but it was hardly any different from being dead. The bullet had passed through my brain. It didn't kill me, but it damaged the brain tissue, leaving me in a vegetative state, destined to spend the rest of my life lying in bed. Through the glass of the ICU, Luna watched me still breathing, tears streaming down her face. When Luna went home to grab some toiletries, she found several IOUs I had left on the coffee table, a divorce agreement and a statement, formally cutting all ties with Ms. Luna. The statement declared that the loan shark debts had nothing to do with Ms. Luna, that they were entirely my personal actions after the divorce. There was also an insurance policy I had bought long ago, with Luna listed as the sole beneficiary. In the days that followed, Luna came to the hospital every day to care for me. Every single day she told me the story of everything we had lived through together, hoping to wake me up. But year after year, day after day passed, and I still didn't wake up. Then suddenly a breakthrough came. The game Luna had co-developed with the game company had become wildly popular with players. One day, someone from the dev team said to her, "We have a new project developed with a medical school that has just made a major breakthrough. Simply place the gaming headset on the patient, link their neural signals to the game world, and through the stimulation of the game world, it may be possible to awaken a sleeping vegetative patient. If you want to wake the patient, someone with the deepest emotional bond to him must enter the game world, find his memory core, and help him slowly remember everything from his real life, while making sure the memory core stays intact. Only then is there a chance to wake him up. Also, inside the game world he will have no memory of the real world. It must be someone with a deep bond who wakes him, little by little. Say no more, I'll go. No matter what it costs, I will bring Stellan back. Please rest assured, for your safety, we will set you as an NPC in the game, with the highest level of authority and freedom. However, you cannot lay hands on any other players. You will be able to command the wraiths of the game world at will, so that inside the game you can find your husband. However, since the technology is still not fully mature, you must remember one crucial thing. If you die inside the game world, your real life may be in danger. Stellan, wait for me. I promise I will find you." And in the end, Luna truly did wake me up, but she herself sank into a permanent coma and never woke again. Her vital signs were dangerously faint, but miraculously, they never faded away. She lay there quietly, her face pale as paper, tubes and wires keeping her alive. The game company and the tech team had no answers. After her consciousness scattered inside the game world, it could no longer come back together, and she fell into an even deeper coma. This was different from when I had become a vegetative patient. Luna was lost on the level of consciousness itself. Why can I never hold on to anyone I love? Why must I live in this world all alone? I sought out the game developers and begged them to help me. You used the game to wake me from a vegetative state. Can you use the same method to bring Luna back? Mr. Stellan, if you hadn't come to us today, we would have come to you. Based on our investigation over the past few days, we've noticed something unusual. What is it? Ever since Ms. Luna chose to sacrifice herself, the game world collapsed. When we restored it, we discovered that Ms. Luna's memory core may still exist inside the game world. Then can I go in and bring her back? In theory, yes. But you would have to relive the exact same story. If you can change the ending of Ms. Luna's sacrifice, perhaps Ms. Luna can also wake up. However, because you will be reliving the same ending, the moment you enter the game world, you will lose all of your memories. As for how you will wake Ms. Luna, without any memory to guide you, we cannot help you with that. Sir, this is already your 3,761st attempt to wake your wife. Do you want to try again? As long as there's a chance, I will keep trying. Alright then. This is my 10th year of trying, and still, I have failed. Luna, I'm back. I won't give up. Open your eyes and look at me. Through my mind flashes countless memories of what we lived through together. At 6, back at the orphanage, every time I turned around, I could see Luna standing not far behind me, and when she noticed I had spotted her, still stubborn as ever, she'd say, "Don't get the wrong idea. I'm only doing this to repay you for saving me that day. I'm following you to protect you, not because I want to be your friend." At 9, we escaped the orphanage together, only to be caught by the traffickers. In the moment we were torn apart, she gripped my hand with everything she had. At 15, she pulled me back from the edge of the rooftop. I held her tight and cried out loud, while she gently rubbed my back. At 18, at the Star and Moon Bistro, she stood at the front counter. I stood in the kitchen, our eyes meeting through the glass, both of us grinning like fools. The vow I made when I slipped the ring onto Luna's finger. The stars will always stay by the moon's side. The memories fade. I look at the ring on the fourth finger of Luna's right hand. Luna, wait for me just a little longer. I promise, I will bring you back. Time to begin attempt number 3762.